You, yeah you, the one holding that glowing rectangle. You think you're at the top of the food chain, don't you? Let's be real. If the apocalypse hit tomorrow, what's your game plan? Your best survival skill is probably remembering the Wi-Fi password for every coffee shop in a 5-mile radius. And your hunting expertise, that's just knowing which delivery app has the best deals. If the global power grid suddenly blinked out of existence, supply chains snapped, and supermarkets turned into barren wastelands, 99% of us would be on a bear's dinner menu within a month. But here, as the kicker, there are a few groups of people on this planet who would uneven flinch. While you're having a meltdown because you can't charge your phone, they'd just shrug and carry on with their day. So today, we're going to rank the most survivable people on Earth if modern civilization decides to just pull the plug. Imagine this scenario. The Toba supervolcano erupts again, plunging the world into a volcanic winter. Where's the safest place to be? Spoiler alert, it's not your centrally heated apartment that's about to become a freezer. Let's meet the champions of the cold, the true winter warriors, the Inuit of the Arctic, and the Chukchi of Siberia. While a couple of inches of snow sends our cities into a state of panic, these people have been living in sub-zero temperatures since the day they were born. Power grid fails? No problem. Their igloos and traditional dwellings are engineered to be warmer than your electric blanket ever was. Supermarket shelves empty. They've been hunting seals, whales, and reindeer for thousands of years, mastering a lifestyle that provides everything they need. They use blubber for fuel and nutrient-dense meat to thrive. For them, a new ice age isn't an apocalypse, it's just a regular Tuesday. That's a solid tier for survivability. All right, let's switch it up. What if a massive solar storm, a Carrington-level event, sends an electromagnetic pulse sweeping across the globe? Every electronic circuit gets fried. Cars, phones, water pumps, the entire internet, all instantly become useless hunks of metal and plastic. The modern world collapses in a silent electrical death. So, who's going to be laughing while the rest of us are trying to figure out how to open a can without an electric opener? The Amish, living right in the heart of modern America. The Amish looked at technology centuries ago and said, we're good. While you're desperately trying to recall that YouTube tutorial on how to grow a potato, they're already masters of self-sufficient farming, a skill passed down through generations. They can build a barn in a day, forge their own tools, weave their own clothes, and manage their communities without a single watt of electricity. For them, a global power outage is so unnoticeable it might as well not have happened. They are almost too overpowered for this list, so let's place them firmly in Asminismir. But what happens when the land itself betrays you? Imagine widespread catastrophic droughts or floods that wipe out agriculture entirely. Farming is no longer an option. At this point, staying put is a death sentence. You need to be on the move. And this is where the nomadic gods of survival take center stage. Let's talk about the Maasai people of East Africa and the Mongols of the vast Asian steppes. These groups aren't tied down to a single piece of land. Their entire economy, their entire way of life, has legs literally. Their wealth is in their cattle, goats, and horses. If the grazing lands dry up in one area, they simply pack up their homes and migrate to where there's water and pasture. Their diet of meat, milk, and even livestock blood makes them incredibly resilient and mobile. Their survivability is undeniable. And if the land becomes truly uninhabitable, maybe overrun by zombies, or just turned into a barren desert, there's always one last refuge: the ocean. Meet the Bajau people of Southeast Asia, often called the sea nomads. These people spend nearly their entire lives on the water, living in houseboats or stilt villages. They are practically human dolphin hybrids, with genetic adaptations that allow them to see better underwater and hold their breath for astonishingly long periods. They can free dive to depths of over 200 feet to hunt for fish and gather sea cucumbers. If the mainland is on fire, who cares? The ocean is their backyard, their grocery store, and their home. The Maasai, the Mongols, and the Bajau all demonstrate an incredible ability to adapt and thrive by staying mobile. They all earn a well-deserved spot in the S tier. But even above all these incredible survivors, there is one group that exists on a completely different plane. A group of people who, if the rest of humanity were mysteriously abducted by aliens overnight, probably wouldn't even notice for weeks. I'm talking about the uncontacted tribes. Like the Sentinels, on a remote island in the Indian Ocean, and various groups deep within the Amazon rainforest. These people have lived in complete isolation from the modern world for tens of thousands of years. They don't use money. They have no concept of the internet. A stock market crash means less to them than the rustling of leaves in the wind. The rainforest is their supermarket, their pharmacy, and their armory, all rolled into one. Every single primal survival skill that modern humans have long forgotten still flows through their veins. For them, the worst global disaster imaginable is probably just a particularly unlucky day of hunting. On our survival tier list, they are not just at the top, they are the list. They are the undisputed gods of survival, God tier. So, there you have it. The modern world, for all its comforts, has turned most of us into soft, fragile creatures, utterly dependent on systems we don't understand. The next time you find yourself complaining because the elevator is too slow or the air conditioning is quite cold enough, just take a moment. Remember that right now, somewhere out there, people are braving sub-zero temperatures and catching their dinner with a handmade spear. Civilization is a beautiful, fragile gift. But if it ever gets taken away, Mother Nature is going to be extremely selective about who gets to stick around. Want to test your own skills? Maybe start small. Try camping for one night without a power bank. See how you do. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, unless you want me to rank you in the bear dinner tier.